Welcome viewers. In this session, we will go through the discussion for Prince2 from Prince2 official manual that what is the definition of Prince2, and we want to discuss the structure of Prince2, the Prince2 high level of Prince2 principles, themes, process, and the project environment, and what Prince2 is not and what it does not. What defines a Prince2 project and the purpose of the official manual. So in this case, we see that Prince2 is clearly projects in control environments is one of the most widely used methods for managing the projects in the world. It is a structured project management method based on experience drawn from thousands of projects and from the contribution and countless project sponsors, project managers, project teams, academics, trainers, and consultants. Prince2 is designed to be the universal so that it can be applied to any project regardless of project scale, type, organization, geography or culture. It can be achieved by separating the management of project work from the specialist contributions such as design or construction. The specialist aspects of any type of project are easily integrated with the Prince2 method and focusing on describing what it needs to be done rather than prescribing how everything is done. So for simplification, Prince2 is based on established and proven best practice and governance for project management. Can be tailored. It can be tailored to meet the specific needs of the organization and scale to the size and complexity of different projects. It can be applied for any type of project and can be implemented alongside especially industry-specific models. It is widely recognized and understood and provides a common vocabulary for all project participants. In doing so, it promotes consistency of project work and the ability to reuse the project assets. It also facilitates staff mobility and reduces the impact of personal changes or handovers. It ensures that participants focus on the viability of the project in relation to the business case objective rather than simply seeing the completion of the project as an end in itself. It ensures that stakeholders, including sponsors and resource providers, are properly represented in the planning and decision making. It is supported by a worldwide network consisting of the Examination Institute, accredited training consultants organizations, and Axelos consulting partners who can supply expert support for Prince2 projects. So I will not waste time here. Just quickly go through the structure of Prince2. If you see the diagram, the Prince2 method addresses project management with four integrated methods, elements of principles, themes, process, and the project environment. You see the diagram here. The Prince2 principles is the bottom. Prince2 principle is the guiding obligations and good practice, which determines whether the project is genuinely being managed using the Prince2. There are 7 principles, and unless all of them are applied, it is not a Prince2 project. The Prince2 principles are detailed explained in chapter 3. We will go through in different session here. So Prince2 is a flexible method, and one of the principles is that it should be tailored to suit the type and size of the project. And then the Prince2 themes. The themes describe aspects of the project management that must be addressed continually and in parallel throughout the project. The 7 themes explain the specific treatment required by the Prince2 for various project management disciplines and why they are necessary. And Prince2 themes we will explain in chapter 5 to 12, and Prince2 processes. The 7 processes described in a progression and from the pre-project activity of getting started through the stages of the project lifecycle to the final act of the project closure. So each process has checklist of recommended activities, products, and related responsibilities. The Prince2 process are explained from chapter 13 to chapter 20. So we see that in the diagram, the principles, then themes, and then the process, and finally the project environment. Organization often want a consistent approach to managing projects and tailor Prince2 to create their own project management method. So this method is then embedded into the organization's way of working. So this is the diagram, the structure of Prince2. So what Prince2 does not provide, it is clear. that the specialist aspects. So Prince2 strength is very wide acceptability. It is entirely universal, exclude industry specific type of activity like engineering models, project lifecycle, agile methods. So these are the of such techniques, such organizational change can be really used alongside Prince2. So Prince2 categories all these aspects of project work as a specialist in construct to contrast to management products which relate to those required to manage the project. So this means that specialist products concern need to be identified and included within the project scope and plans. So detailed techniques, so these also Prince2 does not provide the leadership capability. And what makes a project a Prince2 project? The flexibility how Prince2 can be applied creates the risk that a project that claim to meet the requirements of the Prince2 may be doing so the name only. Prince2 therefore sets out some criteria. What does it make a project a Prince2 project? The key process or key message for this, the project to meet the Prince2 is minimum must be possible to demonstrate that the project is applied the Prince2 principles, is meeting the minimum requirements set out in the Prince2 themes as project process that satisfy the purpose and objective of the Prince2 processes is eitherly using Prince2 recommended techniques of using alternative equivalent techniques. So these we just high level discuss the introduction, the what is the structure of Prince2 we discuss. Hopefully you enjoy this short session and more sessions will come in future. Thanks for watching.